Good evening.
And welcome to Have I Got News
For you. I'm Tracy Ullman.
I'm Nick Clegg.
I'm Gary Lineker.
I'm Catherine Ryan.
I'm Stephen Mangan. In the news this week, word spreads that Rupert Murdoch has rewritten his will to cut out his children.
In Essex, one passenger takes the easy option after foolishly asking a taxi driver for his opinions on Brexit.
And the Republican Party put in place measures to ensure a scandal-free presidency as Donald Trump spots an attractive woman in the crowd.
This is our new Prime Minister, not him. Don't have a heart attack. Justice being done. The government doesn't have the power on its own to trigger Article 50 and it has to refer it to Parliament.
I actually launched a legal challenge to try and stop the subject coming up on this show, but unfortunately there's
I think we should have warned the National Grid. Because there's going to be a massive upsurge in electricity demand as people go to put the kettle on.
Or switch on their electric chairs.
There doesn't seem to be any kind of plan for getting out of the EU, but Tory MP Andrew Davies seemed pretty sure that Brexit will definitely be sorted.
And conference, mark my words, we will make Brexit a success.
Could it be that the entire nation has voted under a slight misapprehension? They were merely wanting breakfast.
I mean, you were there. She didn't really like many of the Tories, did she? The old ones.
No. Neither did I, actually, but anyway. Yeah.
Did you like her? Did you like Theresa May?
Anyway, the answer...
It's all right, she's not going to offer you a job.
No, I doubt that very much.
Do you still speak to David Cameron, Nick?
Anyway, moving on.
You still phone him up when you're drunk?
We had a visit by an American president. He said, unless you stay in the EU, you'll go to the back of the queue, which is a mistake with British people, because we think, great, queue. I'll go back again and queue up.
I feel like I've come to the country far too late, because before Britain joined the common market, this must have been paradise. And it was paradise, wasn't it? Only had to go work 3 days a week.
So, Eddie, you're pro-EU. Who is your unlikely ally? It emerged this week.
Thinking people of the United Kingdom?
No, it's Jeremy Clarkson. If you can't trust someone who punches a younger man in the face when he doesn't get a steak, who can you trust? That's what I say. Jeremy Clarkson said the EU is a liberal, kind, balanced fulcrum in a mad world.
So why is he in favour of it, then?
What special powers did Boris appear to gain this week?
He went home. At the time that his wife was expecting him.
Don't be ridiculous. Well, Alistair Hyam on Twitter thinks he may have been watching too much Star Wars. Watch how Boris deals with this cameraman.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Theresa May has inspired the acronym JAM for those who are just about managing. Although, for some reason, she hasn't come up with a term yet for those fat cats who are cleaning up nicely, thanks.
Yeah, this is news that Toblerone has changed the shape of its chocolate. What's happened is the sort of the traditional sort of pyramid shape of the Toblerone, in order to save costs, have actually made the Toblerone gaps bigger. As you can see, a lot of these people are very angry about it. There we are. That's very amusing.
At what point was it not ludicrous that the presenter of The Apprentice in America could become the Commander-in-Chief? It's like saying the presenter of Have I Got News for You could become Foreign Secretary.
Did you see how the news was reported in the world's press?
Yeah, there were some brilliant headlines.
Here is a German newspaper. How did Trump echo Martin Luther King in his victory speech?
Well, Martin Luther King had a dream, and this guy's a nightmare.
Who would like to see the Dalai Lama take on the Donald?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you met Donald Trump? Never. What do you think of him? I don't know. Sometimes you see his sort of the way his hair, something like that, and his mouth small.
Who did Trump invite to sit in the front row and make Hillary feel weird?
Was it Putin?
No.
Barack's half-brother.
Yes, indeed, that's right. He doesn't like his brother, the president. Do you know why?
Sibling rivalry.
Well, I suppose it kind of amounts to that. I mean, Malik Obama told ITV, Barack has this attitude like, ooh, I'm the president.
Despite Trump's claims, not all of the media is against him. One paper has already endorsed him on its front page with the headline, Make America Great Again. That's from The Crusader, the in-house newspaper of the Ku Klux Klan. Before you jump to conclusions, it's not all racial hatred. It's got regular lifestyle items with tips on sewing and basic woodwork.
I think this is the contents of the Queen's speech. There wasn't a great deal there. She basically said, I'll see you after the referendum.
What had the Queen watched for several hours earlier in the week?
It was the Queen's life, all with...
Told with horses.
Told with horses.
I horse saying, I remember the day she became Queen.
And the thing about it is, I mean, like I said, I'm not like a massive royalist, but I was just thinking, like, I love Prince Harry, right? I think he's brilliant, probably for all the wrong reasons. And I thought it would be amazing if he one day ended up as king, because to have his life acted out by horses, could you imagine?
The Queen is 90 years old and still going strong. So it's time for our quick Queen quiz.
Right. Yes.
To mark the Queen's wartime work as a mechanic, what did Quick Fit offer to do?
Get Prince Philip up on the blocks. Have a look underneath it.
They sculpted a portrait out of motoring accessories.
Are you sure that's the Queen? It looks like Colonel Gaddafi.
It's called the Queen of Parts. Right. German magazine Der Spiegel put a touching tribute on their front page.
It was an article specially commissioned by Prince Charles.
Yes, of course, this is the triumph of Foxes, Leicester City.
I know why they won.
Yes.
4-4-2.
Oh, really?
Tell us about that, Ian. Tell us about 4-4-2.
Well, you've got...
Here we go.
10 players together. 4 of them are in one bit.
Yeah.
4 of them in another, and 2 right over there in another bit.
They might get relegated next year. That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
I didn't watch the parades on telly. I followed it on the internet. You could track Danny Simpson's tag just on
How else are Leicester fans capitalising on their team's victory? Well, some fans actually are selling jars of Leicester City air.
Sorry, I'm not...
It's going well. They've just opened the lid in the ground and closed it again, but it was still a better atmosphere than you get at Arsenal.
Yes, this is the shock result that has turned even non-football fans like myself into experts. Leicester Rovers have won the Premier Division. It's a wonderfully romantic story, and to think none of it would have happened if the previous manager hadn't left the club after his son was sacked for filming his mates having an orgy with local women in a Bangkok hotel room.
Yes, that's Panama. That's someone handing over money. It's a massive exposure of this Panamanian company which sets up offshore for money laundering, tax evasion. I think it's Putin.
Various world leaders have been building up stacks of tax-free cash offshore. What has the president of the UAE been secretly doing with all his money?
I bought up London properties.
Exactly right, yeah. He's bought £1.2 billion worth of London properties. He's bought half of Oxford Street and parts of Mayfair. He didn't get the utilities or the stations, though, which are actually better value.
On the other end, does keep Britain safe, in a way. Because for as long as the president of Bananistan has got his ill-gotten money squirreled away in UK property, they're not going to attack the UK. So essentially, you don't need MI5, MI6 and anything. All you need is Foxtons.
The first casualty of the scandal was Iceland's Prime Minister, who has been forced to resign. He's also in danger of having his assets frozen. Still, that's what happens if you go sunbathing in Reykjavik. Ronnie Corbett, that one's for you.
Oh, yes, this is the new Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. Lots of people getting out and voting.
Yeah, this is the various elections we've had. What camping metaphor did Sadiq Khan use to describe Labour's future?
We have to appeal to people outside of our own tents.
Yeah, that's almost exactly it. He said Labour has to be a big tent that appeals to everyone. To which Jeremy Corbyn quickly responded, "We have a very big tent. It's an enormous tent. It's just that everybody else is outside pissing into it."
Boris Johnson's term as mayor of our capital city has come to an end after 8 years. So let's take the opportunity to look back at his time in office. What is going on here?
He looks like a UKIP supporter bauble.
Tim, you've been fighting hard to put the Lib Dems back on the map. Let's have a look at some footage from the Lib Dem party conference a few weeks back, just to see how well it's going.
Do you know which political party's having a conference here this week?
I don't know.
Have you any idea? Do you know which political party's got its conference going on here at the moment?
Yeah, that one there.
What do you think of them?
What do I think of them? Who are they?
It's going well. It's going well.
Suzanne, surely you must still be tempted to rejoin the Tory party
No,
and leave all
no.
those UKIP nutters behind.
No, they're not nutters. No. They're a great bunch of people, UKIP, and I'm sticking with UKIP. Well, at least I hope, if they let me back in.
You're suspended for what, 6 months?
6 months.
Are you going to appeal?
I absolutely am.
Try and get a year?
Yeah.
Jeremy Corbyn didn't do well in Scotland because people in Scotland don't trust anyone who looks old but still has teeth.
That's a woman. Quite big. Can I say that, big bum? There's a fella she's with. Nice fella. Did I get it right?
So, what is the story about these people?
There's already a TV series at the minute, which just finished on BBC Two, and
right,
that is the trial.
What, with them in it?
Of O.J. Simpson. Well, Kim Kardashian's father was one of the men responsible for getting O.J. off, and then he died of cancer. And then this is the massive mainstream news that Kim Kardashian actually came to London this week. Ian, I feel like I haven't given you enough opportunity to show your knowledge on the Kardashian family, so I will give you a point for every Kardashian sister you can name.
Just move on. Let's just move on.
I didn't actually know she had sisters. I'm just getting over the fact that Kanye West isn't a constituency.
You know what? It's a dynasty.
Yeah.
And it's kind of worth learning about. I think they've earned their place at this point. I can see that no one
What
else
the
agrees.
fuck do they do? How have they earned their place? What do they do?
In other Femi-news, where did women narrowly fail to break down a sexist barrier?
Muirfield Golf Club, they've refused to have women playing golf.
That's it.
And therefore they can't have the Open Golf Championship there. Do women actually want to join this club? I mean, they sound ghastly.
They sound awful. Not a member of a club yourself, old boy?
A member of a couple of clubs.
Yeah, tell us.
Is it the Alzheimer's League?
Yes, top BBC golfing commentator Peter Allis told The Telegraph, if you want to join, get married to a member. The wives can use all the facilities at the club for free. The clubhouse is full of bloody women. They love going there for nothing. Does he even know how competitive the marry a rich old white guy market is? Like, how many Jerry Halls do I have to punch in the tit just to get a free gin and tonic?
And so to round 2. Shall we play a game of whose bald bonce is this? Yes. Right, teams, fingers on buzzers. Here's your first bald bonce. Who's that?
Ian Duncan Smith.
Yes, it is.
Hey!
Ian, you made him cry, didn't you?
I did. I made a documentary about Victorian benefits, and I asked him some questions about the poor law and workhouses, and he suddenly started crying when he told me about this young girl who had no start in life, and he wanted to help. And then people said, well, what did you do when he cried? Did you comfort him? And I said, no, it's Ian Duncan Smith.
Who's that?
Bobby Charlton.
Right profession.
Somebody old in football, is that it?
Well, he will be thrilled to hear that. It's Ray Wilkins.
Has he been in the news?
He hasn't. Suck it up.
I mean, this game needs a little bit of refining, I think.
Fingers on buzzers. Why are there 12 stars on the EU flag?
Is that how many times we've won the World Cup?
You have to press your button. Jason?
It's us! It's us!
What? Oh, sorry.
That's one of the things they test you when you go into university. Can you spot a light coming on?
I was looking over there. I didn't know there were lights.
It's nice in the winter months, though. What was the question? Because there was originally 12 member states.
No.
No.
There is no reason. There just are 12
Nice.
arranged in a circle that apparently symbolises unity.
Yeah.
Or it may not. In 1866, Liechtenstein sent its entire army of 80 soldiers after the Austro-Prussian War. What was unusual about the number of soldiers that returned? Merton?
Or do I have to go like this?
He wasn't at Merton. Merton, life.
Yeah.
Jason,
it was more.
What?
It was more, I was going to say.
Yes, do you know the...
I don't know. Is that the actual answer? Yeah, because when they got there, they just started chatting to me. It's dead nice. It's really nice.
Lovely uniform.
Oh, yeah, they look after you.
Yes, 80 went to war and 81 came back. They'd been forbidden to engage in any form of military combat, so none were killed. And then an Italian joined up because he was looking for work.
Goose has been travelling on the train without a season ticket. It's been travelling from Brighton to Guildford for the last 5 years, and it's not its card, it's using somebody else's.
Well, that's nearly right, but it's a duck on an aeroplane.
Oh, it's a duck on an aeroplane.
This is the news that Duck has been providing comfort to nervous flyers on a flight across America. He quacks to soothe his nervous owner and is called an emotional support duck.
This just made this up.
According to The Telegraph, Daniel the duck was wearing little red booties.
Brilliant.
Well,
That'll
if
make
I
me
was
feel
having an
loads better.
anxiety attack on a plane, the sight of
Yeah.
a duck in little red boots would not calm me at all.
Should we move on to other animal news?
Why not?
Yes,
Other animal news, yeah.
Yes. What record has a Peterborough hen set this week?
Most eggs.
It laid the biggest ever egg.
Wow.
Here it is.
Whoa! Do we not get a picture of the chicken that laid that egg?
No, it's in intensive care.
Is it Essex women?
That's it, yes. The term Essex girl is in the dictionary, and this is the news that 2 girls from Essex are trying to get that term removed. Collins defines it as a young working-class woman from the Essex area. Doesn't seem too bad.
That's all right.
Typically considered as being unintelligent, materialistic, devoid of taste, and sexually promiscuous. Why would anyone have a problem with that? And who's come out in support of Juliet and Natasha's campaign?
The Archbishop of Canterbury.
No, it was, in fact, a star of Ian's favourite show,
his favourite show.
Gemma Collins. Here she is.
It is absolutely outrageous in today's society that the dictionary, which I'm a massive fan of the dictionary, you know, we should be, like, promoting the dictionary anyway because, like, it is such an amazing, like, historical British thing, isn't it?
Every story ever written's in the dictionary. You're just got to put the words in the right order.
Time now for the odd one out round. Marina Stepanova, MC Hammer, Sarah Blizzard, and Dr. Henry Heimlich.
Ah, out of all those, Dr. Henry Heimlich, who invented the Heimlich manoeuvre, this was an interesting story. Last week, I think he's in a sort of care home now, sort of thing. He's at the age of 96, and a fellow resident started choking, and he was on hand to do the Heimlich manoeuvre, and it's the first time ever he's ever actually been called upon to do it, and save this woman's life. There, he's obviously attacking that woman, so he's got a dark side to him. So who are the other people that you mentioned?
Marina Stepanova.
Yeah.
She does the hurdles.
Yeah, that's... Well, Stepanova, yeah.
400-metre hurdles, though.
Yeah.
Really high.
So what was left? Sarah Blizzard, did you say?
Sarah Blizzard.
She's a weather woman.
Sarah Blizzard is a weather presenter for East Midlands Today, taking over from the much-loved Karen Pissing It Down. Yes, they all have highly appropriate names, apart from MC Hammer, who recently revealed that he's scared of hammering.
Ah.
How did Dr. Heimlich play a pivotal role in the engagement of Carrie Fisher and Dan Aykroyd?
Did Carrie Fisher do the Heimlich manoeuvre to Dan Aykroyd?
No.
Dan's doing it to Carrie.
Dan saved Carrie's life by performing the Heimlich manoeuvre after she choked on a Brussels sprout. Well, that's funny.
Bloody Brussels.
The instance of a name being linked to what you do is known as nominative determinism, a phrase first suggested by linguistics expert Norman Attiv and his German colleague Dieter Minism.
This has got an end of series feel about it, doesn't it? You would have dared put out on the first show.
All the jokes that got left lying around.
Exactly. Scrape them up.
I'll do them.
Yeah.
Time now for the missing words round. And we start with gouty-legged ninnycock, hollow mouth, and cucumber what?
Sandwich. Are still in charge of Brexit negotiations.
New look Spice Girls are back.
The answer is, we'll help you swear like an Elizabethan. Language historian Dr. Todd Gray, MBE, has been researching Britain's best old-fashioned swear words, also including nippy, tarse and whittle. And before you write in to complain, I can use these words as it's after the 1648 watershed.
Next. Short-sighted baker, what?
Pours chocolate sauce over Labrador.
Ice his own paunch.
That's excellent. I think that's the best answer we've ever had. Ices his own paunch. That's a fantastic sentence. It's poetry. That should be the answer to every single question from now on.
Do you know what he did? Baked glasses into a loaf.
And here they are.
Next, bus disguised as brick wall what?
Heads for Mexican border.
Bus disguised as brick wall, seek similar.
It's bus disguised as brick wall turns heads in Liverpool. Here is the bus.
Next, if you what, you can expect long periods of disappointment punctuated by instances of joy.
If you support Leicester City.
Is it if you are alive?
Oh, Ian. If you search for pens in the flea markets of France, you can expect long periods of disappointment punctuated by instances of joy.
And finally, thanks to what, milkman makes a comeback.
Milk! In bottles. Milk in bottles.
Yeah, in trendy parts of London, they want milk in bottles because it's somehow real.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks to London hipsters, milkman makes a comeback.
Yeah.
Yes. Hipster milk comes in skimmed, semi-skimmed and full twat.
Before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
Don't put your keys in me, I'm not a handbag yet.
The Empire Strikes Bake. We're just bodyguards, don't you think? To protect her from being stolen by Channel 4. They've got Imperial stormtroopers surrounding Mary at all moments. Paul Hollywood, little droid. Mary.
You're having one of your turns again, Ian. Yeah. You wanted me to point it out the next time it happens, remember?
Thanks, sorry.
He gets a nosebleed when he starts dealing with popular culture.
And I leave you with news that arriving in Brussels for a mini break, one woman gets a nasty surprise as she tries to change her pounds into euros.
At Claridge's in London, the chefs react quickly as Gordon Ramsay falls into the deep fat fryer.
And as more revelations about BHS emerge, Philip Green poses for a photo shoot in a doomed attempt to show he's not a prick.